everyone, we are back with Glenn Velvet Reviews today, and we did the installation review together with this machine, the LG series that we got, the washer. Now I just want to go over just a couple of the the different options that they have on there and stuff like this. This is not me using it like a professional or all the time, but I do like to show everyone whenever I install something or do something like this, just to go over it, just to give you a quick scenario or whatever the case may be, just to help you in your purchasing, decisions or whatever. All right, so let's just look over this and see what's up and go from there. For this one, if you're going to do a load or whatever the case may be, you would, that's the sound that it does make when it turns off, a little bit different. But yeah, you would just put your, your liquid detergent in there. If you're going to use softener, obviously it depends. Everything is going to be depending on, whatever the case. The clothes that you're going to be washing, right? So that's all you're going to do for that. And then you're going to want to make sure this is going to be closed, okay? Because if this is not closed, the water usually, ends up running out the back, and then you won't get all of your product, and then sometimes it gets stuck in there, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. We don't want to do that, right? So that's kind of what's up on how that works. And then you're going to fill that up, push yours in, done. And then if you're going to put your bleach in, you're going to, it says max fill 1 cup, okay? Usually what I've seen, usually what you do is, you do a quick fill, and you'll just fill this up to the line and then let it go. And then that's roughly about a cup in there. And then that'll go down, into the system. Okay. And this will put it below the clothes, below your towels and everything, and mix it with the water, because you know how bleach does work. I don't know if you do, but if you do get it directly on your clothes and stuff, no matter what, it will damage it really, in a not good manner. So if you're doing colored towels and other kind of colored stuff, it's best to use this cup for this kind of option, because then when it goes under, it'll mix with the water, less of a chance of it causing issues on your products that you're washing. Okay, and make sure if you splash any bleach to clean it up properly, because you don't want to damage the side of the unit. And then where the water sprays out is right here, guys. This is where your water is going to spray out. We're going to just do a quick test just to show you what's up and what's going on here. But because there's a see-through lid, so you could just see everything going on, which is a nice touch. All right, so let's try this out here and see what's going on. So you can read and see what's up, but I just want to show you what's going on over here. After you put it on normal, then you could pick your soil level, and then your time will show up over here. Now, these times are, especially on the washer, these times are estimated. The new washers, especially one like this, has all kinds of sensors in it and stuff like that, okay? And it's going to sense the weight and the resistance on the motor, the RPM, there's a lot of different sensors on the motor and stuff that it can sense what's going on in here, and then that's going to change the time a little bit, okay? So it's just to let you know that's kind of how it goes. You can also check your spin cycle on here, extra high, no spin if you're not going to spin at all, and that's kind of what's up. The time changes from there. That's under normal, but that's under like all of them, okay? If you go to heavy duty, it's going to ask you the same thing, and then you could still pick what you want for spin and stuff like that for heavy duty, okay? Then they have deep wash, okay? Deep wash just means that it's going to be it's going to fill up more water in here, and it's going to do a deeper wash, okay? That's kind of what's going on in here. So that's what a deep wash is. Then they also have the deep fill option that you can use as well, and then that'll be extremely non-water efficient. That will use the most water that you can on the unit, okay? Just to let you know, that's what's going to go on if you use those two options. All right. Then they got the waterproof option. Okay, they already tell you about waterproofing on here. So then they have normal, if you're going to want normal with pre-wash. Delicates they have. Like I said, this still has the agitator, okay? Like I told you guys in the installation, this still has the agitator, so it's not going to be as delicate as the ones that do not have the agitator at all, okay? But this is going to give you a better clean. So if you're into dainty stuff and have dainty clothing and stuff, which we don't really do, well, if you're into dainty stuff and dainty, whatever, then maybe this one won't work for you. You're going to want the one without the agitator, okay? So it's all up to you or whatever, but just to let you know, the delicates aren't going to be as delicate as those ones. Then they have bedding on here, whatever, I don't know. And then downloaded ones is ones you can download, and then it'll automatically do the wash from your phone. We're going to check that out later on, like I said, because that's probably that's going to take a little bit longer. But anyway, then they got the smart diagnostic that, like I said, this is all going to be on the phone, so I'm not really going to go over that, okay? But how it works over here, guys, is that when you do special care, then it doesn't really do anything over here. None of this matters, but you can go over to, because even if you go to, say if you go over here to normal, it's not going to matter because you're going to do special care and it's going to change it. So they got soak, they got stain care, they got the speed wash, which is my favorite. I use speed wash a lot. All right, and then they got rinse and spin. And then you could just do a rinse and spin. Okay. Extra rinse cycle. They have that now on a couple of them. That that uses a lot of water, but it does do the extra rinse if you really don't want those chemicals in there, or if you're using some kind of additive that you really want to rinse out, you can use that. Then they got the tub clean. Okay. That I don't even know. That just says it's tub clean. I've never done that before. But yeah, they do have the tub clean. So then they have turbo wash over here. I don't know. It's just their way of LG telling you that, it's going to give you an extra clean, I guess. Everyone has their own name, so I can't really tell you Samsung's is better, LG, GE, okay? Unless you have them all testing with a certain standard, it's going to be hard to test, all that performance. But anyway, turbo wash is just their extra, what their version is of, extra clean. And then we got a cold wash option on here. You just hit the cold wash. It automatically goes to cold. I mean, that takes forever, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, this can have a lot of options, guys, but the options are everyone's options are going to work for you. You know what I mean? It's different on I've seen so many different houses, so many different people use so many different options on here, and I don't even think they even know if they're getting what they think out of that option that they're using it. You get what I mean? Because the testing, there's not really that much testing to say, oh my god, this gets it clean. It's really personal preference. But anyway, they got remote start, okay? And remote start, guys, you hold this down for 3 seconds, I guess, and it does. All right, so they have a delay wash as well. The Wi-Fi is clicking, but we didn't hook this up to Wi-Fi. We need to do this whole thing. We're going to do that together, like I said. But they do have a remote start and the Wi-Fi, so you could be away and you could start this when you're on your way home. Because you're not going to want to start this and not be around, because once it drains, the clothes are going to be a little damp, and no one wants to come home hours later to damp clothes in here. That's disgusting. It's just they're not going to dry properly. They're going to be all wrinkly, and it just doesn't make sense. This is more to set, guys, the delay and all that stuff. If, like I said, delay, you already know. That's like a delayed cooker. You're going out for 2 hours, but in an hour you want it to start, whatever. And then there's remote start you could do as well. And like I said, mostly that's going to be I'm on my way home. I'm going to click it. By the time I get home, the clothes are going to be done. Then I throw them in the dryer, because the only way that would really be beneficial is if you have, the units that convert, from dryer to wash, right? And then that's pretty much what will go on. But let's just give a little thing over here. I just want to show you what's up. Do I have anything? Oh yeah, I do have clothes. All right, guys, so let's just simulate a wash really quickly for everybody. All right, so we're gonna do a speed wash. We're gonna do a speed wash, so it's whatever, that's the quickest one. Soil, heavy duty, okay, is what's gonna go on here, and then spin, whatever you could pick. But let's just hit start and see what it sounds like, and see the water shooting out. All right, start. So it locks it. Now we can't open. Now it's going to sense it. There's a little bit of swishing sound that you're not going to hear. It's because I added a little bit of water because of one of the clothes. I added a little bit of water to the system. That was that wishy-washy, just to let you know. All right, so now it's flowing. It's going through, getting the chemical, as you could see. Now it's filling up, and then it sprays out of the other one. I'm pretty sure when when it's refilling and rinsing. All right, everyone, so that is it. That is the sound of what it ends like. That's how long it took or whatever. Like I said, we're not, obviously can't be doing a bunch of different things. You know, can't be wasting all this stuff. But overall, just wanted to tell you the feeling, you know what I mean? These are pretty dry. And why you want that, guys, the drier the clothes are that come out of here, the less you have to use the dryer. Or you could just hang them. And then the less energy, because using gas and heating it up, you know what I mean? It can use a lot of energy. Gas is a lot more efficient than if you had electric dryer, but you're still going to use a decent amount. So that's the reason why you do want it to come out as dry as possible out of the washer, and then you can throw them in the dryer. Then they just take a lot less energy to dry, and then you have your clothes ready to go. All right, everyone. That is it for Glen Velvet Reviews today, and that was it for, like you saw, just a little test out of it, a little overview of what you can expect it to look like, and just for me to tell you some other tips. All right, and so also what I just want to say is that this is a very deep basin tub, whatever you want to call it, down here. Okay, so if you don't have long arms or height is against you, then it's going to be very difficult. You might have to have a step stool or some kind of grab tool or something to grab your last pair of socks or something like that out of here. Okay, so that is, you know, this is a very deep tub, so mind that. Maybe you only want the 4 cubic foot one, or the 4 points. I think this is 5.3 or something like that. Maybe you only want the 4.5, and that might be good enough, and then you don't need to, you know, worry about breaking your back to reach in there. Okay, so that's the only thing. Another thing with these guys is that you want to leave them open. Okay, these all washers and dryer, all washers, honestly, you want to leave them open to air dry properly. Okay, it's not good to close this and keep it all in there. There's no fan in there, there's nothing in there to keep that, you know what I mean, from airing out. So that's the only thing. And then the gaskets also in here do not stay as nice if you don't air it out. So that's another tip, just to let you know. If you do purchase any of these top loaders or something like that, it doesn't matter what brand, I would make sure to put something in here just to air it out. You can put something small, it doesn't matter what it is. Your dryer sheet box, if you want. There you go, look, dryer sheet box. Perfect, that's good enough, you know what I mean? You can use that, and I would use that, okay? Then also, you want to make sure you pull these out as well and let it air dry in there, because this is where the bacteria and stuff can build up in there, and the mold and all that stuff that's back in there, and then you have to go and try to figure out how to clean it and take it apart. You can take these apart easily now, yeah, that's fine, but if you keep taking it out constantly, what's going to happen? It's going to break after a while. No need for that. To prevent that from happening, and you know about that on this channel all the time, is preventative maintenance, so we can get long time out of everything, and like I said, move forward, not have to keep going back to fix stuff or whatever. Instead of doing that, like I said, just leave this out, and then it won't get so nasty. With this open like this, it'll all air out by the time you need it the next time you're going to wash clothes, unless you're doing them like 10 times a day every day, then it is what it is, I guess. So we're done with Glen Velvet Reviews. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I would love to know. Also, subscribe to my channel. Join me on my review adventures as I try to put up stuff to help out the community, just like I get help from the community, right? And if you can, unless you dislike me for any reason, you could support the channel by clicking on those affiliate links below. Somehow, some way, times a million, that equals into something. But from what I saw, there are other ways to support the channel on YouTube. And if you do decide to support the channel, please make sure you come back, see that I'm putting that support back into it, getting more stuff to review, doing updates so we know we're getting value on the items that we reviewed, and also helping my subscribers with any questions I have on the products I already installed or reviewed. All right, so everybody enjoy it. Be safe. Glenn Velvet Reviews is out. Bye-bye, everybody, and I'll see you later.